Today I'm going to do a little something different, and I got some time off work. I'm going to go and have some one-wheel therapy. I don't know if you guys know what one-wheels are, but they're basically a skateboard or a snowboard on one wheel. They're really good for shooting media because you can get some really good roller shots of cars and things. I normally use it for car shows. This right here is a GT. I have both a GT and a Pint. The Pint I normally take to the car shows, and the GT is just kind of for recreation for me. I like to go hit up some trails. So I'm gonna load this up. I got my gloves in case I fall and my helmet. So we're gonna head out and do some one-wheeling for just a little bit. So I used to go one-wheeling all the time with Ren. He's been on the channel a few times, but Ren has recently had a life change and no longer really hangs out too much. He'll do the occasional car show every year, or I mean, he might call me if he's in town or something, but he's preoccupied at the moment. So this is really the first one-wheel ride I've been on this summer. These things will go about 30 miles or so on a full charge. I can tell I haven't ridden much this year because my front leg is just already on fire. We had some pretty bad storms earlier in the year. This is probably from some of that. But these trails run all through Springfield, which is like perfect for one wheels. See things like this, man. Gotta watch these low-hanging trees, man. They'll get you. They'll get you. All these people who live close to this trail, man, it's got to be a huge selling point for those houses, I would think. I'll show you how, though, you're not limited. You don't have to go only on pavement. Now, it is harder to ride on loose gravel, but you can do it. Your front foot goes to sleep, though. A lot of people are very intimidated by one wheels. They think that they're death traps and that the minute they step on them, they're gonna crash and die. But I think as long as you ride safely and use your head as a brain and not as something to fall on anyway, you'll be fine. I'm not a big trickster. I like to just kind of flow around, you know? But I do understand the older I get, the more I am more careful with what I do or the dangers I put myself into. But I just try to take care of my hands and my eyesight so that I can still do my job. And I feel like if I snap both my legs off, at least I can still tattoo. I don't need legs to do that. We've had a good amount of rain lately, so the water's not down or anything. Canoeing and kayaking is huge here. I'm not really a big outdoorsy person. Look at this guy. That's awesome. 17 miles an hour right now. The top speed is 21.1 miles per hour on this baby. And it was giving me some pushback, so I'm not sure what mode I have this on right now. I could have it on one of the slower modes. I'm not sure of that. Right now, we have 35% battery, which is about 7 miles left. So I'm actually headed back to the car right now because I didn't have a full charge today. I only had about a 60% charge. I don't know why it didn't keep the charge, but that's okay. It's a long enough ride to get my legs kind of working again. 20 miles per hour on this thing is moving though, so you got to be careful because any bump in the road or anything like that could really be your demise at 20 miles an hour. Look at this little area here. This could pretty much wreck you. What's been going on the EF is the car, every time I tighten the timing belt, I drive a few miles and the timing belt is loose again. I have a sneaky suspicion that the bolt that I used when I reassembled the block is not the correct bolt for the tensioner. The same thing happened to Speed Academy. You guys should go check out that video where they put the wrong bolt in there and they would tighten it and then, you know, right after that it would be loose after a few pulls on the dynos. I have a sneaky suspicion that's what happened to me because I'm the one who put that together, and I likely didn't use the same 14mm bolt back in the tensioner as I took out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the crank pulley and the cover and remove the tensioner, and we'll just check it and see if it's the right length. I'll look up online and see what the length of it is, but if it's too long, basically it'll bottom out in that hole and it won't be able to tighten the tensioner down. I'm pretty confident that's what's going on. But I want to be able to drive that car, so I want to fix that before I get into the new project. Now really, to be honest on this car, I haven't had a lot of motivation to work on it because of the timing belt issue. I don't want it to mess up and have to redo the whole engine after bending some valves and stuff. Also, this car was tough, man. It gave me a lot of problems when I was building it, and there's just a lot to do on an EF versus like an EG. I was actually going to consider taking it to classic Hondas on the Dragon, but I don't trust it enough to go that far. When I was building it, if you guys remember, I had to remove some rod bearings from it because I had some metal shavings in the oil, and I've put in a lot of miles on it since then, and it's been okay, but ever since then I've just been a little leery of that for reliability purposes. So case in point, look, I can't get that to stop rotating as I'm using my impact, and one would think that you could use one of these, right? Well, you would be wrong, because you can't get it up in there because there's no room to work on this thing at all. There's no way to stop this from moving so that you can get it impacted with this guy. So this is why this car is kind of a pain in my ass, man. I'm not gonna be quick to get into another EF because of the issues that I have with this thing. My solution was to grind a little bit of the chassis out here so that I can get this up in there like that. And then it actually was more convenient because it holds this up close to the body. Anyway, I got the tensioner bolt changed out to something slightly shorter. I measured it, and I mean, according to the internet, it was the right bolt, but I did go ahead and change it out for something shorter. I also left the bottom cover off so I can see kind of what's going on down there as far as its tension goes. And I'm just gonna start it up and see how much play we have in these. I'm willing to bet initially we're not gonna have much play, but I think if it does what it's been doing, if I drive it around the block a couple times, it'll be back to having a loose belt again. Okay, so got to put all back together. Let me show you. Pretty tight, right? Not a lot of movement there. Running pretty good, sounding pretty good. Now if we can just get that timing belt to stay tight, it should be good. I'm gonna put the wheels back on, go for a drive around the block a couple times, come back, and then we'll see what it's like. Before, it doesn't take long to loosen up. I don't know why it's doing that, but we're gonna see if we fix it. Just got done taking it for a rip, and it normally loosens up very quickly, but let's check it out. Look at this thing. It's sexy, isn't it? This thing is sexy, dude. It looks tight to me. I don't see any problems at all, other than the fan's not kicking on for some reason. But I don't know about that. I mean, it's not getting hot, so there's that. But I'm gonna say that fixed it. I think I just used too long of a bolt. But the internet did say that there's different bolt sizes for each B series. I don't know my tensioner bolt size trivia, so I would know if there's different sizes or not. But I did use a slightly smaller bolt, and it seems to be holding together just fine. Man, it even sounds better. It doesn't pop. It used to kind of pop like it was out of time slightly. It's not doing any of that. Dude, I love this car, but it has been quite a ride with this thing, man. It's just been a pain.